Hi, this is Steve from the Dice Cup, and today I'm going to show you how to play Ricochet Robots, which is an abstract strategy game that plays from 1 to infinity players. You can play with as many people as you can fit around the table. Basically in Ricochet Robots you're going to be trying to move your robot pieces of different colours to the various spots on the board with symbols on them. And a robot's going to move the following way. You can move any robot you want on your turn. You can move more than one in various combinations, various directions you want to. But when you move a robot, say for example I want to move this red robot, this red robot will travel as far as he can until he either hits another robot or a wall. So I could decide to move this red robot to here, and that will be one move. I could then move the same robot to here, and that would be another. He would keep going until I decide to stop moving him, and I can then decide to move another one. That's how the robots are going to move. A turn in Ricochet Robots goes as follows. You're going to take one of these counters at random, you're going to put it in the middle, and then you're going to reveal it to everyone at the same time. And this token is going to tell you how to get one of the pieces on the board to a specific location. In this particular case, it's getting the red piece to that symbol. So I need to get this red piece to that symbol. And what everyone would do on the board is they would try and do it in as few moves as possible. Someone might decide they can do it in 6, and they would shout out 6, and as soon as they've shouted out 6 they would turn this timer upside down, and everyone else who's playing has until that timer runs out to beat 6, i.e. to get a move that's fewer than 6 to get the red piece to here. You can move the red piece by himself, or you can move other pieces as well as the red piece, and every time you move a robot it counts as one move. While this timer's running down, someone else might shout out a lower number than 6, and at the end of the timer, whoever shouted out the lowest number would win. So for example, I might also shout out 3. I can improve my own score, someone else might have shouted out 3 too. When the time runs out, you'd reveal the moves. The 3 move that I've spotted here is to move the red robot 1, 2, 3, and he would be replaced there. What you do is you take this as your point, and you'd replace the base. The base is just to help you remember where the pieces start, just in case you go wrong in a move. You'd replace the base there. The 6 I'd spotted was to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there were lots of different ways to do it, but it's the quickest one you can find. Like I said, there are other ways to do moves in Ricochet Robots. For example, let's say we had another one. Say we had this one there. Well, you could do that in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could do that in 6 moves I've seen. There might be quicker ways, but you could do it without just moving the yellow robots. Basically, I have to get the yellow robot to that symbol, which is the yellow one, to here, and I could do that in 6 moves by moving other robots first. I can move the red one here, that's 1, the blue one here, that's 2, 3, and then the yellow one could go 1, 2, 3, in total that's 6, and the yellow robot has got to this space here with these robots stacking up here. You'd then, whoever said, in this case 6, would take that as a point, and you'd replace all the discs there. And you'd keep going till these run out. You can keep playing, in fact, at the end of that game you can replace them back on here, and every single board you've got is reversible. So they've got 2 sides to them, so there are, well, not infinite possibilities, but quite a lot. You also have 4 other boards that you can place in as well, which are all reversible. There are some slight rules about how you put the boards together, but you've also got these diagonal barriers of different colours here. The diagonal barriers mean the following. For example, if this yellow piece comes at this diagonal barrier, he would reflect off it at a 90-degree angle. In fact, that would be 1 move, not 2. Any other piece that goes through that barrier will just pass through it as if it wasn't there. So blue piece would go through it, but the yellow piece would bounce off at right angles. The same with this green one here, and all these boards have these reversible diagonal barriers on one side, and on the other side they have none of them. So you can make it slightly tougher. I find those quite harder to play with because you just forget about them being there, and you forget that it matters as the colour of the piece you're moving as to what happens when you go through them. And that's how to play Ricochet Robots. It is quite a quick game to set up, it's an easy game to explain, but it's a difficult game to master. Some people will be intrinsically better at it than other people. It is a game I like, but it is also one of those games that some people will refuse to play. If this is the way your brain works and this is the sort of game you like, then I'm sure you'd love it just like I do. But I've been Steve from the Dice Cup. Thank you very much for watching.